Namaskara. Today we will briefly touch upon what is a mantra, what is the main goal of chanting a mantra, what is mantra anushtan, means an ritual linked to a mantra, and what are the end goals, and what is the general framework or idea. So it's going to be a short video, but still it's a very complicated and long topic. So I'll try to compress everything in a small format, I'll say, but I'm pretty sure this will at least be a 15-minute video. So yeah. So what is a mantra? The mantra is a embodiment of the Devata in the form of sound. There are many theories of the creation of the universe, how the creation came into being, and depends on the scriptures that you are referring to. But the very common idea of the agamas is that Paratattva, Parashakti, Parashiva. For the Shaktas, it's the Parashakti. For the Shaivas, this is Parashiva. And for the Vaishnavas, it's Bhagavan, Paravishnu, or Adi Narayan. That from them, the first impulse or nada or the sound created heaven. So, the very primary energy of the universe is nada or sound. So, by internalizing the nada or sound, the main concept of mantra works by internalizing the concept of nada. So the devata is basically an embodiment of universal force. Actually, there is only one universal force, but as me and you are different, so the devata takes on forms according to the time, place, situation of what a person is going through their life and reveals themselves as needed. So, when a devata is drawn in a geometrical shape, it is called a yantra, and every devata has a yantra. When it is expressed in sound or nada, it is known as a mantra. So, yantra and mantra, these things are very essential to the Agamic Shastras. The mantra is very essential for the Puranic and the Vedic Shastras too, but yantras generally come into play in the Agamic Shastras. I'm not saying there are not no mention of yantras in the Puranic scriptures, but generally this is the more common approach in the Agamic text, or the what we generally call as tantras. Mantras basic understanding or basic meaning is you repeat a specific sound. That's like it's called a Vija mantra, or it's a capsule, right? So the Vija mantra is basically a seed. You repeat the process like you watering a seed, so it becomes a fruitful tree. And obviously, you can't just randomly chant. Like, I can't give you a mantra, let's suppose a specific mantra, the Maya Bija, and you can't go on chanting and it will bear results or it will show fruit. It's not like this. Uh, there are specific procedures attached to it, and actually, there are a lot of procedures attached to it. But some of the basics that must be taken care of is you can only call it as mantra japa when you are in Shuddha Vastra, means you are in clean clothes, you are in your Shuddhasana, and you have a mala. Generally, the mala has to be pratishthit, means the mala has to be sanctified before you can use it. You can't just buy a mala from Spatika or Rudraksha and start using it. This is generally not how it works. The scriptures say you must do mala pratishtha, or I suppose infusing the mala with some mantras and all before you can use it. This is the general term. I know a lot of people today just buy a mala and start using it. Many people just advise you do whatever devata you worship, you do the abhishek of that devata, and you can use that abhishekta charanamrita or the panchada dravyas that you use and do abhishek of the mala too. But for Rudraksha, for Spatika, there are elaborate paddhatis how to do mala pratishtha. And malas are of very different type. Rudraksha and Spatika are the most common ones. Spatika is a mala that can be used for any devata, any devata. Rudraksha is generally for the Shaiva family, Shaiva and the Shakti family of deities, and the Tulasi Mala is generally used for the Vaishnava deities. And there are in between spectrum. There are very specific malas like the seed of Padma or the lotus. It is used for some of the Mahavidyas and some of the Shakti Upasana. The turmeric is used for Baglamukhi. There is a plant called Dhatura. Dhatura, I'm pretty sure you know. That seeds, that wood is used for making Dhumavati mala. And they are called Shankha and Mahashankha malas. So Shankha is generally used as a conch or like or the sea creature, but here Shankha mala is actually more secretive. I can't go into details of what is Shankha and Mahashankha mala, but that's all. So a jap is only considered appropriate when you sit in a proper place, you do your shuddhis, and you do the prerequisite things. Doing only japa without a panchopachar puja is generally not considered uh, shuddha, pure, or whatever it is. At least the basic panchopachara puja has to be done every day if you are doing everyday japa of a mantra. This is because the Panchopachara Puja is like an invitation to the deity. If you don't even invite it, you can just start calling it, okay, now come and do my stuff or make me realize the universal stuff. It's like foolish, right? Panchopachara puja is actually the formal part. Actually, the formal part of inviting a deity. Okay, I'm inviting you every day. This with the very basic things that I have. The, the mantra japa is actually more personal than what people think. Many people may have many other experiences during mantra japa, from being extremely lustful, from having heart palpitations. Palpitations is when your heart starts to race really fast without reason, from getting too hot, from getting too much lusty thoughts, to passing out, to feeling that somebody is watching you. Everything is normal in mantra japa. And this is a very early sign that means your mind is trying to trick you. Okay, don't do it. Let's stay in our comfort zone. Don't do it. We don't want to do it. Why do you want to do it? So that's all. And why do we, what is the main idea of what to do with it? Why are you doing it, the mantra japa? The mantra japa is an elaborate process in which, let me give an example. Let's suppose an empty vase is your mind. It is already filled with thoughts, most of them which are useless, and most of the thoughts that you amplify yourself. There's a very famous saying that people suffer in their minds the most than in real life. So let's suppose somebody just says a bad word. You amplify that thought 10 times. You make hypothetical situations, and then you react accordingly. So the mantra's job is first to negate whatever is going on in your mind. It's just to occupy the place first, and then it will cause a spiritual transformation. There are procedures of mantra japa and how to approach mantra japa. There are also different. Some school of thought imply that you need not try to concentrate, let the mind roam free, and eventually there will come a time when there will be stillness, maybe for a 0.5 milliseconds, but there will be the first touch of peace or first touch of shanti that you'll feel, and it will and once you feel that I for 1 second I got the peace, and you will try to imitate it again, maybe for 2 seconds, maybe for 3 seconds, and it will take time. This is a long procedure, and even I cannot claim that I have attained that state, but for the general understanding of it, mantra japa is a pretty difficult thing to do, honestly. Because mechanically, anyone can do a mantra japa. It's not a big deal. Just you need to have the patience. But actually, seeing a progress in mantra japa is really, really difficult. Actually, seeing it. So, but if you sit in a mantra japa at a specific time every day, then it becomes more potent. Let's not go into personal experiences and stories. This video is already very long, so okay. The best thing to do is, if you can sit in a mantra japa in a specific time, then when that time comes every day, your body will automatically tell you, okay, this is a time for mantra japa, go sit, go sit, go sit. And eventually it will make your mind spiritually inclined, and it will make a transformation. Once I say the word spiritually transformation, people think ki अरे क्या हो जाएगा, maybe I'll be all knowing, precognition, I'll know everything. No, not like this. Though I won't deny the fact that once people go into deeper mantra sadhanas, there can be actually things like during mantra japa you see something and that actually materializes. But this actually need not mean that okay, you have done attained the mantra siddhi and all. This is like once a once a baby who has been on like a formula feed or just mother's milk first tastes candy, he feels like, oh my god, what is there in this world apart from candy? But you have not eaten anything else, so you don't know. Just because the first thing is sweet does not necessarily mean that there is no better thing to eat. So, and this, once a person is very serious about mantra sadhana, in a few months, if you are very serious and you have the previous karma, or generally in a 1 or 2 years, a person can reach the state where periodically he will have the bhav. Periodically, for a split second, you will think that I am in Sandav there. You will feel like goosebumps and you like body stiffing around for like a millisecond. And sometimes you may feel, okay, I saw this and this happened, and people become very boasty of themselves. Okay, I have attained this, but once you think this, your trajectory is going down again. Because our nature is like this. If we start working hard for something, our ego generally demands, okay, look around yourself. Nobody is doing shit right. You are doing this thing, then you should be awarded. You are special. The nature wants you to feel you are special. You are special. You are special. But it is your solemn duty to not delude yourself thinking that just because you are doing a mantra, or just because maybe you have seen some things in your japa and that have materialized, that you are special. This is a trap and you will fall below from where you started. This is what I'm trying to say. And about mantra anusthana. Mantra anusthana basically is a procedure where once you do your mantra japa for an elaborate period of time, uh, generally it is advised to do a mantra anusthana, or which is more formally called as a purashcharan. Purashcharana is a long affair. If there purashcharana, which mantras purashcharana, how much to be done, is actually mentioned in the scriptures. But the generally I accepted form is any mantra can be done 1 lakh times. This is a very laghu purashcharana to say. Some mantras like the Bhuvaneshwari mantra or the Dakshina Kalika mantra, they have all mantras have bigger purashcharan, like Varna Lakshana means a mantra is, let's suppose, 24 letters. So 24 lakhs of that chant has to be done over a period of maybe 3 months to a year. And it has subparts like Homa, Tarpana, Marjana, Bhojana. Most of the people skip Homa, Tarpana, Marjana because these things are very, if you try to do an elaborate mantra, it's very expensive affair. Plus, it takes a lot of time. And doing a Homa of the Purashchana, it's very difficult. If a person does not have explicit time for it, it's impossible to do a proper Anusthana generally. So, mantra japa, and you do one, like if you are doing 1 lakh japa, so you substitute the other three parts with 1/4 of the original japa. That's 1,20,000. Bhojana cannot be substituted. A lot of people have that confusion, like I'll substitute the last 4 parts. So Bhojana can never be substituted. If you're doing a mantranusthana, or at least a formal mantranusthana, okay, because it's an informal thing. But if you're doing a formal purashcharan, like 1,25,000, then you have to do bhojanas, and you cannot include your gurus, you cannot include your relatives, and ideally, the mantras, let's suppose you are a Vaishnava, then you should feed Vaishnava Brahmanas. If you are a Kaula, you should feed Kaula Brahmanas. If you are a Kapalika, then you should feed Kapalika Brahmanas all. Or if you don't get anybody, then feeding in a Veda Pathshala where Vatukas study the Vedas and the Vedangas. Or If you're explicitly doing Shakti Upasana, you can repeat Kumaris too. But most of the scriptures prefer Brahmana Bhojan. So that's that. And there is also a point that not every Anushthana needs the Panchanga. The Japa and Bhojana are the main parts, honestly saying. Some Anushtanas you will find that only require Japa, Homa, and Bhojana. Some Anushtanas skip Tarpana Marjan. What is Tarpana? Tarpana means there is specific mudra you do, and you pour water thinking that you are pouring the water on the deity. The water that you pour is sanctified with Rakta Chandana, with Atar and others, so it smells good. The Marjana is also known as Abhishinchana or Abhishek also too. So you consider yourself as a Devata, and there is specific mudra, and you Abhishek yourself multiple times as Marjana, Abhishinchana, or also Abhishek. These things are the same thing actually. So, and rules, yes. So the rules are also difficult, being honest. And in this time period, doing any kind of doing one purashcharana or mantranushtan, following every ritual is very difficult. Even if I'm saying that you skip Homa Tarpana Mahajana, generally you should be wearing clothes which do not have any sewing, means dhoti or sari. Sari for female, obviously. Uh, and you should be eating a sattvic meal. And lot of people, lot of can't name any people. Once when I say sattvika, it generally means to not eat to the brim. If your hunger is satisfied by 3 chapatis or 3 rotis, you eat 1.5. You you keep the you keep you eat what is required for you to survive, not to fill you to the brim. Generally, during mantra anushtans of Devi and Bhairava, it's better not to engage with other people. Specifically, if it's possible for you to speak less to other people, it's best. You should The rules state that you should be cooking for yourself, or your mother can cook for you, but it cannot be from a kitchen that broadly serves everybody. You should not cross a major river. Once a major river is crossed, the purashcharan is broken. And these are the very few rules. And you should not also be sleeping on the bed. Actually, you should be sleeping on the ground without a pillow on the hard floor. And lot of rules. These are the very basics that I have followed for 1 or 2 month anushtanas. It's very difficult. I won't lie. It's very difficult. It's a mess. And when I say Purashcharan is a formal word used for mantra anushtanas, where the mantra that you do japa every day, you concentrate into a fixed time period. You take some sankalpa that you are this, in this period of time you will do this mantra for the priti siddhi, or for your specific thing. You take a sankalpa, and the sankalpa patra stays. You can't touch the sankalpa patra for the next 10 days or the period of your sankalpa, 40 days, 100 days, whatever it is. And it actually becomes very, very difficult. I'm not going to lie about it. And Purashcharana has also types. So there is a Nakshatra Purashcharana. A specific nakshatra comes up and you do Purashcharana. There is a Grahan Purashcharana. Grahan Purashcharana are one of the mandatory Purashcharana that a person, if he's Dikshit, then he has to do, or the Diksha gets destroyed. Navaratri Purashcharana. For Shakta, generally Navaratri Purashcharana are also compulsory, considering the 9 nights are complete. So Navaratri Purashcharana. There is Tirtha Purashcharana, specific Tirthas that are significant for your Devata, like for the Shaivas or the Shaktas, Kashi or any Shakti Pitha, Kalighat, Tarapit, whatever Shakti Pitha you should do. And Purashcharanas are also of varying types, of varying length. There is a Mahapurashcharana, in which a mantra, maybe a Ekakshari mantra, has to be done 1 crore times. I have the utmost fortune of knowing somebody who has done this Koti Purashcharana. He himself is a Mahan Sadhaka, so like I cannot disclose names. But to be able to do a sadhana like this is the grace of your devata. If and to be honest, I asked him like what like क्या उपलब्धि हुई है करके, तो he just said कि if anybody can do it, then I'll change my name if they don't have the grace of the devata. Anybody who can do a 1 crore mantra purashcharana already has the grace of their devata. So they don't need any experience, they don't need any uh, other things to explain. Okay, मैंने ये क्यों किया, मैंने वो क्यों किया. So yeah, so these are the very my very brief understanding. Obviously, this video is very choppy because I did stutter in between, but I generally like to keep things like unfiltered. So yeah, this is basic about mantra. What is a mantra? How did it came to be? And what are mantra anushtanas, purashcharana types of purashcharanas, and so on. So yeah, best of luck. Goodbye.